Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll talk about what to expect if you're pregnant and you're living in Germany, or if you're planning to get pregnant in Germany. Once you get that positive test, I think you might need to get to the pharmacy to get your prenatal vitamin. So just walk to any pharmacy of your choice and then get the prenatal you need for your health and the health of your baby. Or if you don't want to pay for it, then you have to meet your gynecologist to give you something to take to the pharmacy so that you don't have to pay for your prenatal vitamin. And that will lead us to the next question: how to find a gynecologist. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is just go to Google and then type in gynecology close to you. Just put in your location and then you see a list of gynecologists living very close to you. You can as well type English speaking gynecologist if you speak English, or if you're still learning German like me. So you will see English speaking gynecologist, then you take their number, call them and make an appointment. Or sometimes you might see their website, so when you go to their website, you get their email and then send them a message, and then you guys will take it up from there. Question is getting a midwife. To get a midwife here, actually they call it Hebamme. So to get a midwife here, you have to start searching on time. You don't need to wait till you're due or close to your due date before you start looking for. Immediately you find out you're pregnant, start searching for a midwife as soon as possible. And then when you get the one you want, you guys can plan on how she's going to come. Most times they usually come after you put to bed, but if you want them to come before you put to bed, that can also be arranged. So they come after you put to bed and then take care of you and your baby until you're good. So how do you get a midwife? You can go to Amelie and search Amelie website, or just Google, make Google your friend. Go to Google, search English speaking midwife. They can even give you some websites to go and look for, or anyone you see there, take her email, send them a message, or go to Dr. Lieb. And the good news is that after you put to bed, they come to the house to take care of you and the baby. You don't need to go and visit the midwife. They actually come to your house. They help you give the baby a bath, check your stomach, check your baby, make sure that you and your baby are in good health. And if there's any reason for them to send you to the doctor, they will do that. You will really need health insurance for all these things. You can either get a private or public health insurance, anyone you can afford. So long as you have your health insurance, most of all the bills are covered. In choosing the hospital you want to birth your child, you can start looking for maybe in your third trimester or second trimester. You just search on Google. You can choose a big hospital or a small hospital, depending. If you're like a high risk, maybe you should go for a big hospital. There are still options for birth houses where you just have midwives. Doctors are not actually there, you just have midwives. Or you can also give birth at home, but you have to find midwives that are responsible for that, and then you make arrangement for it. But when you're giving birth at home, know that there are some extra charges. So your health insurance might not pay for everything if you're giving birth at home, unlike when you give birth in the hospital. It is mandatory that you register your child's birth after birth. If the hospital where you gave birth is not doing that, then that means you have to go to the nearest, maybe local government, and then register your child's birth. On the day of delivery, once the contraction starts, you just have to call to the hospital and let them know you're coming. Or it's not mandatory you call them. You can just get to the hospital like that and then they will attend to you. Nobody will send you back because you didn't call them. After the delivery, if it's normal delivery, you stay in the hospital for approximately 3 days, because you have to wait for them to carry out U2. I don't know how they call it, but that's why you stay for 3 days, and then after that you now go home. If it's cesarean section, I think it's also 3 days, depending on how you're recovering. 3 days, or at most maybe 4 days, unless if there's any complication, that's when you have to stay longer. Once you put to bed, your child stays with you in your room. They don't usually keep them in a central nursery just like some other people do. so you have to stay with your child. But if you're tired and you need help, you can always call the midwife. They are always willing to help. One thing about Germany is that their healthcare system is super nice. They really take care of you and your baby. Standard room here is usually shared by 2 people, but if you want a private room, they call it family room here. If you want a private room, that means you have to pay extra, but your insurance usually cover for the standard room, which is super comfy, but it depends on the individual and what you want. Last but not the least, please, I encourage you to take a postpartum course after childbirth. Like 3 months after childbirth, you should take a postpartum course. It is actually called Rückbildung here. It helps your pelvic muscle to get back to normal. It is also good that we take care of ourselves after childbirth, not just focusing on the baby. Take care of the baby and also take care of yourself too. It is good to attend this course because it will help tune your pelvic muscle, and not just that, you also have time to meet other mothers, new moms like you, and if you're a foreigner like me, you can as well make friends. It is fully covered by insurance, your insurance company. You don't have to pay for the Rückbildung course. You don't need to be bothered about who is going to take care of the baby when you go for the course. Other people go with their baby. You can also go with your baby, and it's super comfortable going there with your baby, so nothing to be worried about. How do you register for the Rückbildung course? Just go to Google and search for Rückbildung course near me. You see some midwives that offer such courses, and then you register for it. You can always call them or send email, and then they will put you in their course. You should also try to register on time so that they won't tell you that they are fully booked. I think I've answered most of the question, but if you still have more questions concerning this childbirth and child delivery here, just type it on the comment section and I'll be there to answer you. See you in my next video. Bye.